Welcome into the form where this weekend we head down to Taranaki. It's the listed Opunake Cup that we look forward to as our feature. We're also heading to Arawa Park as well for our Gallops action on Saturday, and then we look forward to Oamaru on Sunday to talk you through this action. Firstly, joining me in studio as usual is Leith Innes, and we've got the smaller team with Bevan having a well-deserved break. So Aidan Rodley is joining us from the Hamilton studio to help take us through all of this action, and we'll be starting with our Opunake Cup preview, then having a look at the undercard, some really nice races there at New Plymouth, our racetrackers as usual, then heading to Rotorua, picking out the best races from there. Our Kiwis in Australia, we're heading to Flemington and get a keen eye on race number 4 with 2 Kiwi prospects in that race, Oamaru Cup preview, and our best bets to round out the show. As I mentioned, our feature domestic meeting is in Taranaki. So, Aidan, we've had quite a bit of moisture around at the moment. Is that going to be the case on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. Papa got down there earlier in the week to New Plymouth actually, and saw the gorgeous sights of Taranaki. Unfortunately, it was a little bit wetter. We didn't actually get much of a view of the mountain. So because of that, we are getting a heavy 10 track, and Friday night especially, there's a bit of rain coming. So it's not going to improve much from there. It will be testing.
Well, let's take a look at the feature. It is the Sinclair Electrical and Refrigeration listed Opunake Cup, race number 5 on the card, and Spencer heads the betting at $4.20. It's a fantastic field. We've got last year's winner, Just Ask Me, at $6, Bradman at $6, Wessex at that quote too, and then you're getting out to Baldorado Boy at $8.50 along with Cha Cha Bar. So there is plenty to talk about. Let's start though with the informed runner in Spencer here, Leith. He was very good holding out his rivals.
Yeah, he certainly was. Look, it's a pretty good form race. Samot's just in behind them and sort of held up a little bit just turning in. Obviously, Samot was having its fresh up run as well, but Spencer's put 3 together now. This meeting last year, he was a maidener at Taranaki at New Plymouth and won a maiden 1100 metre race, so he's come a long way in a short time.
Really good strike rate too, doesn't he? He's won 5 of 13 so far, and he just keeps on stepping up, handles a wet track, although undoubtedly this is a decent step up in class, so it's a real test of him. Take you to one at the other end of the weight scale, and the top of the book is Ballado Boy, who was terrific last time out, winning the listed AGC Challenge Stakes at Wanganui. This was underweight for age conditions. He beats a few here who come in a little bit better at the weights. Bradman comes in 1.5 kilograms better after a narrow defeat. He's been a trial winner since Just Asked Me in the same race, and Shanti Lace finishes into 4th spot. There is a turn in weights. This horse ran 7th, I think, midfield in this race last year before winning the Winter Cup. Leith, what are your thoughts on the toppy?
Look, Ballado Boy, I think the best thing about him, Joe Dawes been on holiday of late. I'm not sure if he stayed in New Zealand or went back home to Ireland, but look, Joe's had 8 starts on Ballado Boy for 4 wins, so he's got a great association with the Ladder Stable as well. So definitely wouldn't discount him. I'm just not sure if his main target's this week or maybe the Winter Cup in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, the third in that race was Just Ask Me, who I really do think is probably his main target. Last time out, he did chase home Wessex. We'll just look at these two. Look how far back he was. He's a mile off them, and this time round, Wally is I think 3 kilograms better than Wessex this time. It is a completely different race for him. This is a race he's been targeted at. He's been so good at it in the past. Wessex obviously will get on speed, Leith, and there's upside there.
Yeah, Wessex is probably the leader in the race again. But yeah, look at Just Ask Me, just past the winning post. He was tailed off at the half mile, and look, he won this race last year with 60 kilos. He drops down to 58. Look, I think he's going just as good as he was last year. He's been well placed, and obviously Alan would have set him for this race as well.
In the end, he's the horse that I've landed on, Leith. I'm really taken by that last start run. But everything has been building. Alan Sharrett does know his targets through winter. Obviously, there's the Wanganui race where he's run a really good third, and then this race, and perhaps on to a Winter Cup. Who would have thought he wouldn't be top weight on what he's done so far? I think he's a real contender in this. It's an Opunake Cup. Who do you have?
Yeah, look, I certainly think the field's a lot stronger than it was last year when Just Ask Me won. But he does get that 2 kilos off from last year, 58 to 60 last time. Jonathan Parks, it's good to see him back riding as well. So, look, I've gone for one of the bottom weights, Samot. I think look, on its last start, it was fresh up at Hawke's Bay, and it was only just beaten by Spencer, and you're getting sort of 13 to 1, you know, $3.50 a place, with Spencer's at $4. I don't think there's that much between the two.
It certainly is an Opunake Cup, and it's a key lead-in race to the Winter Cup, along with the Oamaru Cup, which we'll take a look at shortly. So here is the market currently for the Winning Edge presentations, 127th Winter Cup. Leith, is there anything in there that you're liking at the market, depending on what they do on Saturday?
Yeah, well, obviously Bevan's got a good ticket going on LJ at 16. So look, apparently LJ's heading to the Winter Cup and blinkers go on, so you'd have to have him somewhere. But I'm hearing good sounds about Freeze Frame. Look, he's going to get down on the minimum. But apparently Freeze Frame's a freak of a jumper, so look out next year. But I know they've headed Freeze Frame down earlier this year, so he settled in, and he's probably going to get in with 53 kilos as well, Pip.
There you go. Well, Aidan, that's a scary thought, I think, for jumping rivals. A Freeze Frame going over that. What about you? You liking any value in that market?
He could be a horse who runs in the Winter Cup on the first day and goes round over sticks and on the last day potentially. I think the Oamaru Cup's going to have a really big say in it. We've got the likes of Cork, one of my favourites, Taramea Lad goes around in that as well. Cork did win second up last preparation and then go on to run a really close second in the Winter Cup, so I think there's something circling there.
Yeah, absolutely, Aidan. Either way, it is a race not to be missed, especially if you want to play into those futures market. And we also have this in play, of course, with the TAB. The first 4 races from New Plymouth are bonus back opportunities to get involved. All the action trackside 1 Saturday. We're going to continue with our look at New Plymouth. Let's move to race number 3 now on the program. This is the Sanford's Rural Carriers over the 1200 metres, and Lazio heads the betting at $3 for Alan Sharrock. Then you've got Amend at $4.20, Catherine's at $4.40, and Tanner, and the only other runner in single figures at 5s. Let's go back to Lazio at Otaki. What did you make of the performance here, Leith?
Yeah, look, obviously Rahan Gorham, look, he's gone down and he's ridden all of Alan's horses at Otaki, and he got a win for him as well. So he's a really up and promising apprentice. He claims form. We see this in the winter all the time, where Alan finds these apprentices and he uses them, you know, for the claim, obviously. And look, down to 52 kilos on Saturday, have to be awfully hard on its home track.
Yeah, liking what we saw from Lazio. So a winner of the last 2, looks to have come back a better horse this preparation. One of those horses that's been given the Sharrock patience. He can be a really patient trainer. I like that with a horse like this, who's obviously strengthened up, in good form, handles wet tracks at home. So a lot to like there. I was pretty keen about Amend. Jesus was a win and a half last time out. You can see in this field Tanner, Hot Chocolate, and one who maybe was a little bit disappointing, but we know is a lot better than that, is Fleming, who does look an improver second up. But Amend in Neil Connors' colours. Aloni Kelly trains out of Levin. Oyusha Madu, I thought this was a lovely ride, and only half a kilogram swing towards Tanner here, so he's got to be hard to beat again.
Yeah, Amend got that sort of dream run up, and Tanner just got held up there for a few strides, and it took a while to sort of get outside them. Look, I really like the run of Tanner, actually. I know that the weight doesn't really suit this week, 56.5, Lisa Allpress gets on, but it's a pretty strong winter sort of race as well.
It sure is. Looking at home track horses as well, Catherine's has won 2 of the last 3. Good down at Riccarton last time out, and a pretty competitive rating, 75, and just wouldn't flinch. Went up and hit the front on the bend, and under Courtney Barnes did a really good job. Craig Grill's back riding, and Robbie Patterson back from his overseas break as well. And this horse will be well tuned. She's quite promising, Leith.
Yeah, she is. She was really good, and won easy at Christchurch as well. So good to see Craig Grill's back. Obviously, he went overseas with Robbie Patterson. Look, yes, this is his first meeting back. It's pretty hard in winter when you just been on holiday and you got to ride those heavy 10 tracks. So obviously, Craig will be, the fitness will be there, but yeah, it's good to see him back in the saddle.
It is that time of year, isn't it, though? You're wanting to find the right apprentice on the right horse. And for me, that's Amend. Really like what I saw from Ayush Madu in recent weeks. I thought his ride on Amend was terrific last time out. Just like what I saw from this horse as well. And there's enough there, Leith, for me to go to the top of the book. How about you?
Yeah, I was going to go to Alan Sharrock trained Lazio, but I just thought Tanner was just held up in that race at Hawke's Bay. I know 56.5, but Lisa Allpress, she said 138 wins at Taranaki, so she knows the course pretty well.
There you go, the guys not agreeing again. That's race number 3 as we move on to race number 8, the Ag First over the mile. And the Ugly Sister heads the betting at $5 again in a really open affair. You can see that pop the bubbles at that quote. Gaza and Ragamuffin on the 3rd and 4th line of betting. Let's go back to our favourite currently, the Ugly Sister. 2 starts ago here, Lethan. Boy, she was brave because she was taken on pretty early up the home straight.
Yeah, she was. A long way up that Trentford Straight on the heavy 10 as well. So, look, she's going to get conditions to suit this week. Just put a line for that last run pip at Tauranga, where it was a really on-speed day at Tauranga, and it was a weight for age fillies and mares race. So she's dropping back in class. Like I said, Craig Grill was on this week, so good to see him back in the saddle.
Yep, absolutely. A winner of 3 the last 5. It just seems to be going really nicely. I agree. You've got to be taking into consideration just a little bit of forgiveness around the Ugly Sister, who did a fair bit of work in that Tauranga race, like Cleith said. That was weight for age at stakes level, so this is a decent drop to 75 grade. Next one we'll have a look at, though, is this one. We'll freeze it for you and have a look at Pop the Bubble here, finishing into 3rd position. Had won at New Plymouth the start before. This Rotorua run looks good, especially with the form around Sula Bellaleith.
Yeah, certainly. Look, it's another one. She really loves the heavy track. She was sort of a little bit held up on the track there at Rotorua as well. So, look, she has previously won at Taranaki, so I think that's a big plus.
Okay, next one we'll have a look at is the one at the top of the book. Gazza looking for 3 straight. The last couple of wins have been good at Trentham and Hastings, and it's just that type of thing. You're looking for a horse who handles wet conditions and they can carry on through a winning run. It's been a great move for Kevin Kalaturin, who's linked up with Harwood trainer Olivia Duffy and getting success. Undoubtedly this is a touch harder, but a horse who's going really nicely, Lee.
Yeah, super fit at the moment, in great form as well. So, look, he's got to carry the 59 kilos, so look, he's going to have to be really on his game this week.
And the other horse we just want to have a look at here is Mr. Poochie, who's been in super form. This horse winning 3 of the last 4. One of those, of course, being this Dead Heat, along with Drop of Something, who's a race rival in this as well. But Mr. Poochie just seems to have a knack of hitting the line at the right time. You can see this again here. Obviously, Drop of Something's going well enough too, but geez, I love the overall body of work from Mr. Poochie, this preparation, Leith.
Yeah, he's going super. He was on the quick backup, so he was sort of re-handicapped to get in at Tauranga. Look, he had the apprentice's claim there of 4 kilos. Obviously, Jonathan Parks gets on this week, but he's got to carry that 58.5. But he's going super well, and he loves a heavy track.
Yeah, in the end, that's the way I've defaulted to Mr. Poochie. Just liking what we're seeing from him. Just love the way he's closing off those races, and he's got a sense of timing about him again here. It is up in weight, and it is harder, the company. But yeah, I like Mr. Poochie. This is a tough race, Leith. Who'd you land on?
Yeah, I'm going to go Pop the Bubbles. Najan Palmer gets on. Look, he's in a tight finish for the apprenticeship. With Lily Sullivan, so he's one in front in the drum, and look, he's taken the 1 kilo off Pop the Bubbles back this week. I think it's a big plus that the horse has won on the track before as well.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a tricky day there, but hopefully the guys have found you a few winners, and that completes our look at Taranaki. Make sure you catch the action. Bevan Sweeney will be on track to take you through first race 12:30 p.m. It's that time on the form racetrackers. Leith, who have you got for us this week?
I found. Look, it found itself really. Sister Ping, she won at Cambridge on the poly track. Look, she's missed a kick by 5 lengths here. Look, she's got some bad habits, this horse. She's a bit naughty. She was previously trained by the Te Akau, and Chad Ormsey got her after Kit Brooks done quite a bit of work with her. So, look, you don't see this at Cambridge. She's come home in 32.5. So. She's one to watch those better races over the 3-old year, and 2,000 guineas, Hawke's Bay. Look, I know Chad Ormsby was pretty impressed. She's had a small let up after this, but she's one to watch.
That really was one of those situations where you'd already torn your ticket up. There was some sort of win. Here's one I want to have a look at here. Annalise, I thought this was just a super performance by one who's going really nicely. Did run the quickest closing sectionals, 8.64 and 2 in this race, and it was against the front runners pattern of this race. The winner comes from second in running. The third horse comes from on speed. So the effort of Annalise to come from against the pattern of this race with those best closing sectionals, very good indeed.
I'm going to take you back to Avondale Trials actually, just the other day. Halleck here, it's a gelding that's had 2 starts at the trials for 2 wins. He's a 3-year-old by Swiss Ace for Sean Phelan, and he was bred by Jerry Harvey. This one here, he just gets away really well under Craig Grills. The win prior at Pukekohe, he just got to the front and really wanted to gawk around, but this time he's put them away nicely, so I thought he'd be one to watch and have a look for him when he comes to the races for his first start. So here's a summary for our racetrackers. Leith was Sister Ping and Elise for Aiden, and on with Halleck. Note them down and pop them in your black book. We head to Aotearoa Park for our second meeting on Saturday. Leith, what are we looking like weather and track conditions?
Very heavy, Pip. Look, Friday night there's supposed to be another 10 to 20 mils turning up as well. So look, last time they were 2.5 weeks ago they raced in the true position. This week the rail's out 4 metres, so I think they'll be hard on the outside fence come sort of race 3 or 4.
Okay, well, let's have a look at our first race. It's race number 3 on the program. We want to highlight the Aotearoa Park Hotel Rotorua over the 1,230 metres. Small field, but quality with, of course, the Tauranga Classic winner Casino Princess at the top of the book, 185. Caitlin's Wish at 420, and then you're getting out to Martel at 460. Let's go back to her winning the Tauranga Classic. Obviously very, very good here, Leith, but she does have to carry a bit of weight on Saturday. Yeah, she does. It's good that Michael's back on her this week. He's only had the one ride before for a win as well, and he was supposed to ride her in this race as well before he got injured at Te Rapa. So, look, she's definitely the class horse of the race, 60 kilos, but I just think the way the race is going to pan out, Caitlin's Wish will lead and Michael will be after Posy just outside the leader, and they probably won't go that hard either. Yeah, I agree. It will become very tactical. Martel's the other real speed factor in the race, I thought, but Casino Princess, and didn't Jasmine Fawcett do a super job filling in? The last 2 wins have been terrific, and then you look at the overall body of work. 5 wins from 11 starts, heavy tracks, 3 from 4 with a minor placing, and 1 start at Rotorua for 1 win. Yeah, I agree that the big weight is definitely a concern with her, especially in a small field, but yeah, she's the class factor. Whether she's too short's another sort of talking point as well. 185 is skinny in this type of race. Next race, horse we want to have a look at here is Caitlin's Wish, who I'm sure with Maria Sanson's 3 kilogram claim, she's just built up a super association with Caitlin's Wish. She was aboard for that win a couple of starts back, and can get on speed. You know, she's been ridden patiently at other times as well, but she's going really well, Leith, and undoubtedly, you look at that heavy track record, what, 6 from 12? Yeah, exactly, and look, take nothing away from her last start. Bailey was having her first ride on the horse, so I think it's a big plus that Maria's back on this week, and she gets the 3 kilos off her back as well, so like I think, yeah, like you said, I think Martel or Caitlin's Wish will be leading. They could make it a little bit hard for Michael if he's posted 3 wide, but I think Michael will be able to just take it, sit somewhere outside the leader or in the 1-1. Yeah, I think the other 2 horses, Thunder and Digger, won't be pressing up at all. So I think you'll get into 3rd spot pretty comfortably. Martel has been good from the speed, and 2 of the 3 runs back this preparation has been winning. You can see this day was able to get to the front at Tauranga and just find a kick. A horse who's really flown under the radar, has never been touted as an outstanding galloper, but just keeps on winning. Has now won 5 of 14, dropped 7.5 kilograms from this win as well. That's really important. Has won 4 from 8 on heavy tracks, and I thought it was a real smoky in this race, especially when the favourites are 185 left. Well, it gets down to 51.5 kilos as well with Jessica Allen on. I'm not sure if she can actually get quite that 3 kilos off, but she'll probably get to 52.5. But look, he had 59 last start, and the money really came from late as well at Tauranga, and they got the lot. Exactly, yeah, 52 is what Jess's weight is on the website. So yeah, even if she does get to 52, that's a sizable drop from Martel, who's going really well. I very nearly went for him, but in the end I've just defaulted to Casino Princess. I'd love to see her win again and continue this streak. She's building a really good record, and she's got a touch of class too, Leith. Yeah, she's certainly the A-class horse of the race. $1.85 is a little bit short, but look, I think it's lucky. It's race 3, it's early in the day, and look, I can't, 60 kilos, but I just think she's going to be too good on Saturday. Yeah, and if you like it, don't forget to Odd Surge available as we move on to our next race, race number 7 on the card. It's over the 1,950 metres. Have your function at Aotearoa Park, headed by Sassy Lass, 440. paying a lot more than she did last start. You've got Jack in the Box at $5.50, our Tristabel at $7s, and then getting out to a horse like Atarangi at $8.50. Let's go back to our favourite firstly, Sassy Lass. Look, she didn't run it any further, Leith, because they were coming at her, but she was very good here.
No, this was the end of a sort of 2,400 metre race. It was the last race at Te Rapa, and it was pretty testing by this time of the day too. So look, at the start before this, she won easy at Te Araha by 9 lengths. So look, the riding's been on the wall for a while, and she's put 2 together now, and look, she's well weighted at the weights as well on Saturday. She gets in the race with 55 kilos. Rotorua can be a little bit horses for courses, but she's certainly going well.
She does keep stepping up. Obviously, it took a long time before she got that maiden win. She did it in super style at Te Aroha that day, really got away from them. And then this is a really meritorious performance as well at Te Rapa when she does hang on. She's looking for 3 straight, so she's gone from being, what, a 13-start maiden, only 2 starts back, into a rating 75 now. So this isn't an easy jump, but she's going the right way. Okay, let's take you to our next focused horse. This time we've got a few to look for. I was taken by Kamasutra's running this. I know there's some decent performances in behind them, but how are we getting such a price on Kamasutra in this? Like 14s, is it? In a very, very difficult race when we see her doing this on the track last time out. I had it on top, Leith.
Yeah, well, it's actually having its first run back, so it wasn't beaten by much either. So you'd think it would have natural improvement second up. Loves the course there at Rotorua. Jack in the Box has obviously won since that race as well at Wanganui in probably a lesser sort of field, but Jack in the Box, he loves it wet as well.
Absolutely. I know you were very keen on Jack in the Box last time, Leith at Wanganui last week, and it was a really good win. She maybe just came to the end of it a little bit late, the 6-year-old gelding by Jackalbury, but he'd set up a winning break under Jess Allen, and it was all over at this point.
Yeah, he travelled like the winner a long way from home, and look, Jess was pretty easy onto him the last sort of 100 metres as well. So look, he doesn't have to improve much to hold his form from this race. It is a little bit of a jump in class from Wanganui to Rotorua this week though, but I definitely have my sort of top 4 somewhere.
The other one really keen on having a look at here is Amazing Grace, who does beat home Te Aratu Memphis. Atarangi's been hurdle placed since this run, but obviously the previous form pretty good. It's 2 handy enough runs from Amazing Grace. Maybe she just needs to step up a little bit more, but she is well capable. This day hits the line really nicely. I thought riding contention, I thought one of the big dangers in the race. How did you assess her, Leith?
Yeah, look, it was a pretty strong field this as well. Obviously Diamond Jacks run second, and he came out and won the following week as well, or 2 weeks later. I actually like the run of Te Aratu Memphis. I know it's only rated 56. There's no rider declared at this stage, but I think the horse is going pretty well, and if they do get a rider and they can maybe find a claim, he's only got 54 kilos.
Yeah, it's interesting too, isn't it? It's a difficult race, and in the end, you throw the numbers in the air, and the one that came down was 7 for me, so I've gone Kamasutra. A good run on the course last time out. You just hope that hasn't taken too much out of her. The bog tracks first up can be a little bit taxing, but if she's come through the race all right, then I've got her on top. A difficult Leith though.
Very strong race. Well, it's a hard race to pick, especially in the middle of winter at Rotorua. Look, I think if the rain really does set in, Te Aratu Memphis, there's no rider down at this stage, and could be a little bit of value if you're getting sort of 18s or 20s and 5s a place. Just keep an eye on it. If they get a claim on there and get down to that 51 kilos, could be a roughie this week.
The guys giving you some value, and no matter what you like, don't forget the Odds Surge is available on each and every race out of Rotorua on Saturday. Yes, our Kiwis and Odds segment is back because Maxim van Leeuwen is heading across to Flemington in race number 4. He's got Gentian Blue at $11, and also, of course, Cindy Falls, the ex-Kiwi. She has been brilliant over there. She's your favourite at $3.70. Let's have a look at Gentian Blue, though. How do you stack up her form, Leith, from Ruakaka to a race like Flemington?
Look, this is a really strong race. Seamus obviously won the race. Look, he hit the line really well late, and I know Maximin's, he's gone over there. They're staying at the Will Hayes, JD Hayes and Ben Hayes' stable. So, look, really happy how it's travelled over. And, look, she's a mare who's gone some really good races, especially at Ellerslie. We saw a couple of wins there as well. So, look, I don't think if they're racing in New Zealand, Cindy Falls and her have sort of got the same sort of form line. So I don't think the odds really, look, she's in front there. So look, you're getting 370 on one and 11 on the other. So I don't think there's that much between them, Aidan.
Oh, hasn't she been great? She's been, look, when you look at her, she was only clearing a maiden in New Plymouth back in February. 4 starts later, she's running 5th in a Group 1 New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. So she's obviously getting better and better. That was a really good run at Ruakaka last time out. And more than anything, I just take my hat off to Maxim for getting her over to Australia, picking out a race. And isn't it great to see the old Murray Baker tactic of don't worry about staying home, get over there and try your luck. And it obviously worked for Murray over the years. And great to see a few Kiwi trainers. We saw it only a few weeks ago, certainly with Fats and Chrissy Banbury and that horse running a terrific placing. So hats off to Maxim. Also have a look at the former Kiwi in Cindy Falls, bred by Tony Ryder. And she was winning at Te Rapa, going back only 4 starts back at the end of April. This is a really good run at Flemington. Gets up down the outside to win the Leilani final and does it in good style. She'd shown good ability for Cambridge trainer John Miller before she'd left, but she seems to have stepped up really well in Melbourne, Lee.
Yeah, she certainly has. Obviously now trained by Lee and Shannon Hope. Look, her first up run was super as well, where she ran 3rd. So obviously she's got over there and she's settled in really well. Look, she's got the 60 kilos, she's got the apprentice on this week, so gets the 3 off down to 57.
Yeah, that was a super effort for her to come off of the back. So if you want to back either of them, obviously Cindy Falls favourite and Gentian Blue at that $11 quote. Well, it's the 4th race, so the bonus back does run through it. It's at Flemington and Rosehill this weekend across the first 4 races. So get involved and good luck to the Kiwis competing across the Tasman. We've got a big weekend because on Sunday we look forward to the Oamaru Cup. So Aidan, have they had the same weather down south as we have up in the north?
It actually looks a little bit more settled, actually, Pip, and currently the track is a heavy 9. Oamaru can be one of those tracks where it can come back, but it could also go the other way too. So a lot will depend on the weather in the coming days, but one of the real banner meetings for the club, it is Cup Day. Absolutely.
So let's take a look at the feature. It is race number 8 on your program, headed by Bauble at $6, Charbano at $6.50. Then you've got Connor O'Kieran at that quote, along with Master Marco and Cork. It's a fantastic field for the club, and we're going to take you back to Connor O'Kieran at Te Rapa, and of course stepped up to the mile here, Leith, and he was too good, beating the likes of Turn the Ace.
Yeah, he was really good. Obviously out of that race he'd take a bit of fitness as well. They've got him down there for the Winter Cup. Look, there's a $100,000 bonus, Pip, if you win this week and then the Winter Cup, so Robbie Patterson's set him for that. And obviously he's got the top weight of 60 kilos this week, and Ashen Gumasami's on, but definitely a winning chance in Gate 3.
Beat home your Winter Cup tip as well, freeze frame there, and that was the 3rd up when you knew he was ready to strike. Does handle a heavy track well. It's been a happy hunting ground for the Robbie Patterson stable in the past down there in the south, and I don't mind Connor O'Kieran. This obviously the big weight, not quite ideal. He's not going to be as well suited here as what he will be getting that weight relief from perhaps Bellardo Boy or Just Ask Me in the Winter Cup, unless of course he does happen to pick this one up. Let's have a look at Bauble, who's looking for 4 straight. The last 3 have been great. They've all been in rating 75 company, so this is a step up. Ruvanesh Muniandi takes, I think, 1.5 kilograms off to the 54 as his minimum weight, but a horse who's going the right way also here, Leith.
Yeah, he's been super, and look, obviously he gets down to that 54 kilos. Like, he loves a wet track as well. And like you said, the same jockey sticks as well.
Next we have a look at, in this Oamaru Cup, is Master Marco. Just unfortunate, they've had to have a change of jockey here with the Pukekohe meeting now heading to Sunday. I mean, we've got a clash, and some of those jockeys just had to decide where they were going to go. I think Jasmine Fawcett is a jockey who's gone north, so I think Seal Butler's picked this one up, gets to the 52 with her claim, because it is a race where they still are able to claim. And this was a really good run, in behind Belzana, who was terrific this day. Hit the line beautifully, and the horse who had Queensland form before coming back to New Zealand.
And I thought Charbano was quite good there when he was 5th. So I'm going to take my hat off to Warren Kennedy as well. We had the option of staying at Pukekohe on Sunday, and look, he said he wanted to support those trainers. He was supposed to ride there on Sunday, and he's been riding down there a lot lately, and he said, look, I'm happy to go to Oamaru, so it's full credit to him.
Yeah, there's a couple of jockeys in that same boat. I know Narajan Palmer's another one who could have gone either way as well. So, yeah, abandonment this week will certainly be a talking point. But obviously, they've still got to have these lead-up runs into the Winter Cup at Riccarton, and this horse here, Cork, we spoke about her last week being a real contender had they gone to Trentham for the lead up. They've opted for a week later. She was just not suited just the way this race was run, but as I said earlier on, second up winner last preparation. She gets through heavy tracks very well, and she did run second in the Winter Cup. I'm sure she will be absolutely peaking for that.
Yeah, definitely put a line for that race. It was really on speed, and look, she looked like she was a little bit plugging to the line. Lily Sullivan gets on this week, so she gets down to that lightweight of 53.5 kilos, so she's a super chance for sure.
Yeah, the second up record's terrific. 3 starts in that state for a win and a minor placing, and I've landed on Cork. Just like the way she's building into this, know her body of work. She's stronger now as an older mare, and I think she's really well poised for the Winter Cup, but I think she can pick up the Oamaru Cup on the way through. Leith, who do you have on top?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the top weight, Conor Kieran. Look, I know he's got the 60 kilos, but look, they're also looking for that $100,000 bonus, so he's definitely there to win on Saturday.
That's what the guys are liking in the Crombie and Price Oamaru Cup, and don't forget to back into those futures markets as well for the Winter Cup. Quite a few coming out of Saturday, and we have bonus back opportunities too on Sunday across the first 2 races, so make sure you check out the action nice and early on Sunday.
The 100 and the filly has raced on by and put the first in the bag. Muzzled Cat, that was easy, won by 3.5.
Mr. Love having one crack. Masterclass needs the line. Mr. Love soaring over the top and gets up. Favourite took over before the turn. Gold Star Hogan, a last Gold Star Tukey. Bora kicks away. It's all big time Boris. Up and over he goes, and Semper Magico, he's going to right all the wrongs from last start. He's won 9 on the flat, and now he's going to win his first over the sticks, and many more to come.
Yeah, we had another good week as far as our best bets went on the form. 4 from 4 technically, because Leith, you had us scratching as well, so try find us another winner this week.
Yeah, late scratching at the gates, Pip. I'm not sure if I'm All In was going to beat Vegas Queen on its home track, but anyway, I'm going to take you to a bit of value this week, Pip. Presuming in the race 5 at Rotorua, the maiden 1400 metres. Look, he previously won a trial there, and just think he peaked on his run last start. I think there's a bit of improvement. I think the 1400 metres is going to suit him in the really heavy track, and you're sort of getting $9.50 for the odds surge, so a bit of value this week.
Okay, I'm going to take you down to Oamaru and have a look at Diablo Blanco, a horse who last preparation won, ran 4th in a Group 2 $175,000 Wakefield Challenge Stakes. Captured by won that race, beating Poetic Champion. The horse who finished 5th in behind Diablo Blanco was Red Sea, who's gone on to a Group 1 placing. Diablo Blanco will be hard fit. We saw that from Chairman last time out. It's a completely winnable race, the first at Oamaru.
I'm feeling the confidence from here, Aidan, and of course Bevan will be on track on Saturday, and he likes a first starter from Robbie Patterson's stable and Bell's Fate in race number 2, the 2-year-old race there, so make sure you follow that, and I'm sure he'll tell you more about why he likes her, but you can take the odds on offer now. And I'm going to take you to Big Time Frida. She let me down a couple of weeks ago here on the form. This time I think she will lead for fun, and she should be able to hang on in the 4th off box number 5. So that's what we're liking. Make sure you note them down. We also have Craig this week. He's gone for Just Call Me Mickey at Addington on Friday night. So we'll start things off on Friday as usual and then run it right through to Oamaru on Sunday with Aidan. And that does complete the show for the week. Thanks to Aidan and Leith. Hopefully we've found you plenty of winners. Enjoy the action on the weekend, and we'll catch you back next week.